your money the right direction. Welcome to Money Mitra, where finance becomes simple, practical, and powerful. Subscribe now and start your journey to financial freedom.
Welcome to The Explainer. Okay, let's talk about a big round number, $1 million. You hear it thrown around all the time, right? And usually it's with this kind of dismissive tone. I mean, it's a super common thing to hear, isn't it? And yeah, with costs going up and everything feeling more expensive, you'd think having 7 figures in the bank would be, well, almost normal by now. But here's the thing, is that feeling actually real? So let's actually dig into the real numbers here, because I've got a feeling the answer is going to surprise you. All right, so first up, let's get on the same page. When we're talking about $1 million retirement, we have to be specific. We're not including the value of your house or your car or anything like that. Nope. We're talking about your liquid investment accounts. You know, the money you're actually going to live on day to day after you clock out for the last time. Think your 401k, your IRA, that kind of stuff. So, keeping that very specific definition in mind, what percentage of retired American households have actually hit that magic number? Well, the data from the Federal Reserve is pretty eye-opening. The actual number is, well, it's just, that's at 3.2%. That means only about 3 out of every 100 retired households have $1 million or more saved up. It is a tiny, tiny fraction of the population. I mean, that is just way different from what most of us probably assume, right? Now, seeing it like this really puts that number into perspective, doesn't it? So to get an even clearer picture, let's flip this around. If the top 3-ish% have $1 million, what's everyone else working with? What does the typical household have? Get this, $87,000. That is the median retirement savings for all households. And remember, median means half have less than that. Even if you look at people who are right on the cusp of retiring, that median only bumps up to about $185,000. So what this really drives home is that hitting that $1 million mark, it's a much, much bigger deal and way more rare than we're led to believe. Okay, so if it's that rare, what does $1 million nest egg actually get you? Like, what kind of lifestyle can you really live? Let's break it down. You've probably heard of the 4% rule, right? It's a common guideline, and using it, we can see what kind of income $1 million can spin off. Now, I know what you might be thinking, 40 grand or even 88 grand for a couple, that doesn't exactly scream private jet. But hold on, let's compare that to how much people actually spend. The average retired household spends about $60,000 a year. So when you look at it that way, for a whole lot of people, especially if their house is paid off, this income is more than just enough. It's actually a pretty comfortable, secure life where you're not constantly stressing about money. So how do people even get there? I can tell you it's not by accident, and it's almost never from one lucky stock pick. Nope, it's the result of a long and, let's be honest, often slow journey. Let's peel back the layers and see how this actually happens, because getting this process is everything. You know, the real secret sauce here is kind of hidden in plain sight during those early and middle years. It doesn't feel like much is happening. You're putting money in, the needle barely moves, it can feel like a total grind. But this is where the magic of compounding is quietly starting to work. It's like rolling a tiny snowball down a huge hill. At first, it's nothing, but eventually, it starts picking up some serious momentum. Look at it this way, a 10% return on $50,000 is $5,000. Nice, but not life-changing. But that same 10% return on $500,000, that's $50,000. The math is exactly the same, but the scale, the base, has completely changed everything. So the big takeaway is that the growth can feel explosive at the end, but it's all built on decades of just being consistent. It's about patience winning out over doubt, year after year. Which brings us to a really important point. Hitting a goal like this is way less about being some kind of financial genius and way more about your mindset and a specific set of habits. It really boils down to the small, boring choices you make again and again and again. We're talking about the discipline to say no to that impulse buy, the guts to keep investing your regular amount even when the market is tanking and everyone is panicking. It's about ignoring that social pressure to keep up with the Joneses when your friends are all getting new cars or going on fancy vacations. Honestly, it's about building a life you control, not just building up a number in an account. And really, that's the core of it, isn't it? Hitting $1 million in retirement isn't about popping champagne on a yacht. It's about security. It's about freedom. It's about that incredible peace of mind you get from knowing you put in the work for decades. It's a truly monumental achievement because it means you've bought back your time. You are in control of your own life. So,
now and start your journey to financial freedom.